What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Wednesday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. We have a big 9-game main slate tonight, no weather to worry about, and it's a really good slate. There's some really good spots for some teams with massive over-unders and massive favorites. We'll get into it. I'm going to give you guys a pitcher I like, 2 infield and 2 outfield value plays. We also, outside of the main slate tonight, we have another PGA major tomorrow morning. It starts early, like 6:45 Eastern in the morning, so I'll have all of that content up on my site later tonight after the main slate locks. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed. Hopefully these plays help you build a nice strong lineup to cash in. Looking for a huge night here tonight. So for pitcher, I'm looking at Spencer Strider. Now, there are a couple of good studs on tonight's slate. You got Shane McClanahan, who I love, but he has a tough matchup in the Bronx. Corbin Burns, not a terrible play, but there's so many good bats tonight. You're going to want to spend up on bats and save some money at pitcher. Strider's been, pretty solid for them all year, 2.35 ERA. The Braves are massive favorites tonight. I think they're minus 200 in Washington. 7,500 is a really cheap price. It's going to allow you to take some stabs at the Coors Field game with the Indians and Rockies, and then look at other great studs. Like last night, you're going to be targeting the same teams that you did. And it's a little bit overwhelming how many good spots there are tonight. So it's nice to spend down at pitcher. Strider allows you to get some nice bats in your lineup. The last 3 starts, he's gone 4 innings or more, so they're willing to stretch him out. And he's gotten over 24. He's gotten 24 or more fantasy points in the last 4 starts. He really only needs to get you, low to mid 20s to hit value at that $7,500 price. You could also look at, if you want to spend some, a little bit more money, but stay cheaper at pitcher, you could look at Jose Barrios. He's got a good matchup. He's at home against the Orioles. He's 1,200 more than Strider. He's another guy I'm going to be looking at tonight to save money at pitcher. He should easily be able to get the win. The Blue Jays are minus 290 favorites tonight. For the infield, look at Matt Olson. I had him last night. Was in a great spot. He didn't really produce. The Braves put up a bunch of runs, but their best hitters didn't produce. Acuna, Austin Riley, Matt Olson, they were all left out. But it is the MLB. Bats can get hot whenever. You got to have short-term memory when it comes to MLB DFS. And Olson in another great spot here tonight. He should be batting cleanup. 3,300 is a great price. I love picking on Eric Fed of the Nationals. The Braves are expected to score a bunch of runs here tonight. Olson, 3-game hitting streak. His power numbers haven't really been there to start the year. 250 average, you can expect that out of him. But I expect him to start hitting the long ball sooner than later. So, it's just a great spot at a very affordable price tag at $3,300. Second infield play, let's look at Ahmed Rosario. He should be batting second again tonight at Coors Field. His price is far too cheap, $2,900. You can stick him in the outfield as well. Not a power hitter, but he hits for contact. He's on a huge hitting streak here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-game hitting streak. Obviously, Coors Field makes the play more intriguing. He's 5 for his last 9. Had him all over the place last night. Did not disappoint. 2 for 5 with a double. He had 2 doubles the previous game, 3 doubles in his last 2 games. This guy's seeing the ball well. He's got that righty-lefty matchup against the bad Austin Gomber of the Rockies. And this game, obviously, unsurprisingly, has a huge over-under at Coors Field tonight. Going into the outfield, you got to just keep playing Teoscar Hernandez at 2,500. He's the best value play basically every night. He's been struggling as of late, but when he bats cleanup in a Blue Jays lineup that should put up a bunch of runs here at home against Bruce Zimmerman of the Orioles, it just doesn't really make sense to not play him. He disappointed last night, but, he's also on a hitting streak. Hasn't really been hitting home runs, but it doesn't matter. When the Blue Jays are expected to score so many runs, if you bat fourth, there's going to be guys on base more often than not when he steps in the batter's box. So it's just an easy value play. He was like 80% owned in cash games last night. I expect it to be the same tonight. It's one of those scenarios you plug him in. If he doesn't play well, so be it. It's not as bad as if you don't plug him in and he does well, and then you're left out and you basically lose the slate right away because he's going to be so high owned. So Teoscar Hernandez, an easy play at 2,500. Then my last play, let's stick with the Blue Jays here. George Springer, one of my favorite outfield plays of the night tonight. Should see 4, maybe even 5 at-bats here leading off for the Blue Jays. Now, none of these lineups are confirmed yet, but we can assume George Springer is leading off as he does every night for Toronto. Righty-lefty matchup, as I was saying. Blue Jays, 9.5 over-under, minus 290 favorites. They are expected to score a bunch of runs here. George Springer should be over $4,000 in this matchup, so take advantage. He's a guy who hits for power. He can steal bases. And, you know, if he gets on, he's going to have a really good chance at scoring with the firepower of this Blue Jays lineup. So he is one of my favorite outfield plays on tonight's slate. That was from today's video, guys. I'm excited for tonight's slate. It's going to be a lot of firepower. Excited for tomorrow's golf major. Ready to crush that. We crushed the last major, so looking forward to it. But until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. See ya.